Making headlines this hour, 19 students are receiving Zakat scholarships for higher education in the Maldives and abroad, awarded by the Zakat Fund of the Maldives. Beyond Airlines becomes the first luxury airline to dock at Welana International Airport's new international passenger terminal. And the Maldives Monetary Authority announces a competition dubbed the MMA Thumbwheel Impact Pitch Challenge, designed to uncover bold, practical and value-driven solutions. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to PSN News in English with me, Dham Naim. 19 students are receiving Zakat scholarships for higher education in the Maldives and abroad, awarded by the Zakat Fund of the Maldives. After a 7-year hiatus, the scholarships were presented at a special ceremony held at the Islamic Center. Vice President Hussein Muhammad Latif presented certificates to the recipients of both scholarships and special scholarships in Islamic fields. This year, the Zakat scholarships are being awarded in 2 rounds. In the first round, 17 students received full scholarships for higher education in Islamic fields, while special scholarships were awarded to 7 students. Speaking at the ceremony, the Minister of Islamic Affairs, Dr. Muhammad Shahim Ali Said, said the students selected for the Zakat scholarship under the second round will be presented with their scholarships very soon. The minister said that this is the first time that such a large number of scholarships have been granted for Islamic studies. The minister, in his speech, announced that a special law will be introduced to further strengthen and promote the Zakat system. He noted, highlighting the history of the Maldives Zakat system, that the Zakat sector remains the only area unaffected by political changes or reforms affecting other areas. The minister noted, while a separate agency, the Maldives Zakat House, has been established to manage Zakat affairs, its work is being further strengthened under the supervision of the Ministry of Islamic Affairs. Speaking about the Zakat Act bill introduced in Parliament on 11th August to enhance the Zakat system, Minister Shahim said that the Zakat Fund is the most supportive fund for the state. He explained that the Zakat Fund covers critical expenses for those unable to afford medical treatments not fully covered by Asanda insurance or other government funding systems. The minister also emphasized that the Zakat Fund supports many other underprivileged people. The minister said that the current vision of the Islamic Board is to strengthen the Zakat system and noted that Zakat institutions are being developed to align with modern practices. He noted that efforts are underway to ensure that Maldives' Zakat system is on par with comprehensive Zakat systems worldwide. The Minister of Islamic Affairs added that the efforts made with the enactment of the Zakat Act will help to establish a robust Zakat system in the Maldives that could serve as an example across the Islamic world. The opportunity to apply for scholarships to pursue higher education in the Maldives and abroad through the Zakat Fund was opened last April, with the deadline for application expiring on 29th May. The Zakat Fund offered 50 scholarships in total, with 20 allocated for study in the Maldives and 30 abroad. The countries open for study abroad were Malaysia, Brunei, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and SAARC countries, and 17 opportunities were opened for studies specifically in Malaysia and Brunei. The Zakat Fund last awarded scholarships in 2018. Beyond Airline becomes the first luxury airline to dock at Welana International Airport, VIA's new international passenger terminal.
The arrival of Beyond Airlines at the new terminal was honored with a traditional water salute, symbolizing a warm welcome before the aircraft flawlessly connected to one of the advanced passenger boarding bridges. Minister at the President's Office for Presidential Affairs, Ali Arif, along with Maldives Airports Company Limited, or MACL CEO and Managing Director Ibrahim Sharif Muhammad, welcomed passengers from the Beyond Airlines' historic first flight. To commemorate the inaugural flight, MACL presented presented Beyond with a commemorative plaque, followed by remarks from Beyond Airlines General Manager Ibrahim Akhtar highlighting the significance of this moment. The Maldives-based Simdi Company Private Limited and the United Arab Emirates or UAE-based investment firm Arabesque partnered to launch the world's first luxury airline for leisure travel, Beyond, in 2023. Beyond is the third airline to begin operating from the new terminal, officially unveiled on the 26th of July after Air Arabia and Maldives' national airline Maldivian. MACL is seeking consultation from Modalis Infrastructure Partners Incorporated to ensure that the new passenger terminal meets international standards, prioritizes safety, and offers comprehensive services. According to MACL, the new international passenger terminal will be brought into full operation over a period of 3 months in line with international best practices. Services will be switched to the new terminal under a specific schedule as advised by the consultant, where Maldivian will get first use of the new terminal, which will continue for a 2-week period. MACL said under the second phase, the terminal will be open to other airlines' narrow-body flights based on the Maldivians' experience. 7 airlines have already been designated to operate narrow-body flights with a carrying capacity of about 200 passengers to Maldives. MACL expects the entire terminal will be fully operational by the start of this year's tourist season. This 72,000 square meter terminal is a pivotal development for Maldivian tourism. Key features include 12 passenger boarding bridges, 47 traditional and 24 dedicated seaplane check-in counters, and an advanced baggage handling system with real-time tracking. Enhanced immigration facilities including e-gates along with 41 elevators, 14 escalators, and 4 travelators ensure a seamless and efficient passenger flow. The terminal's design thoughtfully integrates local aesthetics with wall patterns reflecting the natural beauty of the Maldives. Designed to accommodate 7 million passengers annually, the facility is expected to broaden airline partnerships and support expanded flight frequencies. Government officials project the upgraded terminal will reinforce the Maldives tourism sector and elevate the country's standing as a regional hub for international travel.
The Maldives Monetary Authority MMA announces a competition dubbed the MMA Thumbwheel Impact Pitch Challenge, designed to uncover bold, practical and value-driven solutions that can advance financial literacy, financial inclusion and Islamic finance in the Maldives.
This competition invites visionary minds and passionate changemakers to pitch innovative, Sharia-aligned solutions that harness the power of finance, technology, and ethical values to tackle pressing challenges and shape the future of Islamic finance in the Maldives. Divided in 2 main challenge tracks, Pioneering Islamic Finance Solutions and Policy and Research for Inclusive Islamic Finance, the competition commences on the 1st of August and will culminate at an award ceremony on the 15th of November. Both challenge tracks are open to individuals and teams of up to 3 members, aged 18 years and above, from any country. However, employees of the MMA and any supporting partners are not permitted to participate. Teams must submit research or policy proposals that are aligned with the challenge track focus area and are relevant to the context of the Maldives. Winners of challenge track 1 will receive cash prizes of up to $1,945 along with additional benefits such as seed funding or pilot grants. Potential collaboration, mentorship, and capacity building support may also be made available to top submissions. Participants of Track 2 will be competing for a total of $6,485 in potential funding. Additional benefits such as potential collaboration, mentorship, and capacity building support may also be made available. Applicants must submit the completed application form as required. All applications must be submitted by 11:59 p.m. Maldivian time on the 31st of August.
In celebration of Youth Day this month, the Business Center Corporation conducts an event to introduce young people to the business world. The event, titled Wunari Business Camp, was conducted across 12 areas of the Maldives. The BCC said the initiative was a part of the government's efforts to foster a creative economy in the Maldives. BCC's Manager of Strategic Development Regional Services, Hussein Nuas, told PSM News that the program targeted youths aged between 16 and 25. He added the event, which was held in 12 regions from the north to the south of the country, was well received and garnered positive feedback. This year's event took place on beaches, and BCC said the beach setting allowed participants to experience the country's rich environment while learning about business through activities. BCC conducts various activities to increase youth involvement in small and medium enterprises. Currently, young people account for 20% of the Maldives business sector. The Maldives Medical Conference 2025 concludes with significant discussions on the treatment and care of the elderly as the proportion of older citizens in the population continues to rise. The theme of this year's conference is Geriatrics, Let's Talk Aged Care, reflecting the growing importance of elderly care for the Maldives and other countries facing similar demographic changes. The two-day event was organized by the Maldives Medical Association and was attended by doctors from across the country as well as other healthcare professionals. Maldives Medical Association's Executive Secretary, Dr. Mariam Ajfan, speaking to PSM News regarding the conference, said the conference provided an important platform to explore ways to improve the quality of care for elderly patients. She noted there were extensive and successful discussions on how to find solutions to issues faced. By 2030, 7% of the Maldives population is expected to be over 75 years of age, rising to 10% by 2040. The Medical Association has stressed the need for the country to prepare in advance for such changes, as 1 in every 10 people is expected to be over 65 within the next 20 years. This is the second such conference initiated by the Maldives Medical Association. The Ministry of Climate Change of Thailand names Crossroads Maldives as a candidate for Other Effective Area-Based Conservation Measures, OECM. OECMs are nationally recognized protected areas as per the United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity, as well as places that promote natural habitat conservation and sustainable environmental management. OECMs are overseen by a variety of different stakeholders such as government agencies, private companies and public bodies. Crossroads Maldives is operated by Thailand's group of Sinha State, PCL, and marks the first time a Thai company has achieved such a prestigious milestone. Sites identified as an OECM candidate under the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Technology regulations must not be a protected area within the framework of the Environmental Protection and Preservation Act and regulations thereunder. The area must be sustainably managed with natural resources containing a rich natural environment. Spanning 1.75 million square meters, Crossroads Maldives has been previously approved by the Maldives Authority as an official preserved biodiversity area. Crossroads Maldives said that being designated as an OECM candidate demonstrates the priority and commitment this project has been making to preserve the marine ecosystem in collaboration with the community, associations and government agencies. The blue chip Dow Jones ends higher after hitting an intraday record high as United Health's shares jumped after Berkshire Hathaway raised its stake, but other Wall Street indexes slipped as mixed data clouded the Federal Reserve's next monetary policy move. A meeting between US President Donald Trump and Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin was also on the radar, with markets hoping it would pave the way for a resolution to the Ukraine conflict and determine the outlook for crude prices. The two leaders began a meeting in Alaska. United Health Group rose sharply after Warren Buffett's company revealed a new investment in the health insurer, while Michael Burry's Sion Asset Management also turned more bullish on the company.
The S&P 500 obviously is 25% Mag 7, which is just predominantly tech names. The Dow is more kind of manufacturing, industrial type businesses, and those are a little bit more cyclical, I suppose, a little bit more tethered to GDP and the actual kind of Main Street economy, if you will. Our bias, generally speaking, is actually that some of these names actually, like, for example, like the industrials, we think are actually going to be pretty well supported versus some of these nosebleed valuations that you would find in the S&P 500 in some of these tech names.
Rising costs in the broader healthcare sector and about a 40% slump in United Health shares this year have left the Dow lagging its Wall Street peers on the road to record highs. The price-weighted index last scaled an all-time high on December 4th. The healthcare sector gained, tracking its best weekly performance since October 2022. The S&P 500 lost 18.74 points, or 0.29%, to end at 6,449.80 points, while the Nasdaq Composite lost 87.69 points, or 0.4%, to 21,622.98 points. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 34.86 points, or 0.08%, to 44,946.12 points. More broadly, Wall Street's main stock indexes recorded their second week of gains, buoyed by expectations that the Fed could restart its monetary policy easing cycle with a 25 basis point interest rate cut in September. Pro-democracy activists and labor groups holds hundreds of rallies and other events across the United States protesting the Trump administration's push for Texas to redraw its congressional map in favor of Republicans.
In case you don't know,
Jackie Anderson, president of the Houston Federation Teachers, said at a protest in Austin, Texas, quote, "We definitely don't need the president taking over our state and by using our state legislators to take over seats to rig elections. We want democracy," unquote. In Chicago, Illinois, protester James Short said, quote, "We have to stand up to the bully in the White House and his attempt to redistrict all of Texas," unquote. Protests were also held in cities like Oakland, California, and New York City. The Texas Democrats kept the map from coming to a vote during a special session Governor Greg Abbott called. Abbott immediately called a second special session.
And we definitely don't need the president taking over our state and buying, using our state legislators to take over seats to rig elections. We want democracy.
Abbott said that redistricting plans legislation to increase flash flood safety in the wake of deadly July flooding and other legislative work remains undone because Democrats are absent. California's Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom unveiled a redistricting plan in his state that he says would give Democrats their 5 more congressional seats, possibly offsetting any Republican gains in Texas. The Texas House Democrats said in a written statement that they will only return to Texas if their state's special legislation is ended and once California's redistricting maps were introduced. More than 300 people died in northwest Pakistan after 2 days of torrential rains triggered flash floods, landslides, and lightning strikes, local officials said, marking the deadliest downpour of this year's monsoon season. The deluge devastated the remote mountainous areas of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, where cloudbursts sent raging floodwaters crashing through villages, sweeping away homes and livestock. The Provincial Disaster Management Authority confirmed at least 307 fatalities, with many more still missing as rescue operations continue. Local resident Rizwan al-Haq described the catastrophe as apocalyptic. Quote, "Hundreds were murdered, thousands injured, countless homes destroyed, and many people are still missing," it's hard to put into words, unquote. Burna district north of Islamabad bore the brunt of the disaster with 184 confirmed deaths. Provincial authorities have declared an emergency in the worst hit regions, deploying military and civil teams for rescue efforts. A relief helicopter crashed during operations, killing all 5 crew members amid treacherous weather. Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim says newly signed Manchester United striker Benjamin Sesko is ready to play, but it is too early to say if he will start when the club kick off their Premier League campaign against Arsenal. Slovenia's Sesko joined United from RB Leipzig last weekend for a transfer fee of 76.5 million euros with 8.5 million in bonuses. United have spent around 200 million pounds this summer after finishing 15th last season. Amorim said United, who last season had their worst finish in the English top flight since 1973 to 74, will go into the 2025 to 2026 campaign aiming for a return to European soccer.
I'm really happy. I think he has a great potential in everything he does. He can play different type of footballs. He's going to feel that Premier League is really aggressive. He's going to learn, but he has a great potential, and I can see Ben be a striker for Manchester United for a longer few years. That's why we pay so much money to have a striker that will have his history in our club.
Today's match will pit Amorim against one of the most successful signings in his coaching career, with former Sporting forward Victor Gyökeres joining Arsenal in the summer. Sweden's Gyökeres, who joined the Lisbon-based club in 2023 under Amorim, was the top scorer in the Primera Liga for 2 seasons in a row, helping Sporting win back-to-back titles. The manager said defenders Lisandro Martinez and Nasser Mazraoui were out for the weekend, but forward Joshua Zirkzee and goalkeeper Andre Onana had recovered and would be available against Arsenal. A 55-year-old Argentine scribe embarks on an extraordinary journey pedaling from his hometown in Entre Rios province, eastern central Argentina, toward North America with dreams of watching his national team compete in the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which takes place from June 11th to July 19th, 2026. Juan Miguel Celio, who has spent 25 years traveling the world by bicycle, set off from Gualeguaychú with friends and family cheering him on. His ambitious goal, to cycle up to 20,000 kilometers to reach the tournament, which will be jointly hosted by 16 cities in 3 North American countries, the United States, Canada and Mexico. In 2022, Celio pedaled from Madrid to Qatar over 6 months, witnessing Argentina's historic championship victory. Now driven by superstition and a devotion, he is attempting an even greater challenge. His journey will average 100 kilometers per day, sleeping wherever night falls, sometimes in tents, sometimes under the stars, often relying on the kindness of strangers he meets along the way. Celio and his 2 friends who accompany him on the journey hope to arrive in time for Argentina's opening match in the expanded 48-team tournament. His ultimate dream, witnessing Lionel Messi potentially play his final World Cup matches and help Argentina reach the final. That concludes news for now. Thank you for watching PSM News. Have a good day.